Do you remember those mornings when the sun came in through thin curtains and the house was quiet? Not peaceful, just quiet. No phones, no notifications, just the sound of a radio somewhere and footsteps that told you who was awake before you even saw them. You were small, smaller than the responsibilities that were already waiting for you, and nobody ever asked how you felt. Do you remember those days when being strong wasn't a choice? It was expected. When crying wasn't comforted, it was corrected. Stop it. Be tough. Life doesn't care. You learned that lesson early. Too early. You grew up in the 1960s, a time people now call simple. But simple doesn't always mean easy, does it? Because behind that simplicity was silence, and inside that silence, things stayed unsaid for decades. As a child, you didn't have words like anxiety or emotional neglect. You just knew something felt heavy, and you didn't know where to put it, so you put it inside yourself. You remember school, don't you? The classrooms where fear taught faster than kindness. Mistakes weren't learning moments, they were warnings. You learned to sit straight, speak less, and never question authority, even when authority was wrong. At home, love existed, but it was rarely spoken. Parents worked hard, very hard, not because they didn't love you, but because survival came before softness. Food on the table mattered more than feelings on the table. So when you needed comfort, you were told to be grateful instead. And slowly, you became good at not needing help, not needing rest, not needing reassurance. You became independent, but at a cost. Here's the part nobody talks about. People who grew up in the 1960s didn't learn how to feel safely. They learned how to endure silently. You didn't talk about pain, you carried it. You didn't process emotions, you pushed through them, and the world praised you for it. Years passed. You built a life. You worked, you provided, you showed up. From the outside, strong, reliable, unbreakable. But inside, somewhere deep inside, that child still waits. The child who never heard, "I see you, I'm proud of you, it's okay to feel." Here's the twist. That strength everyone admires in you, it wasn't born from confidence. It was born from necessity. You didn't become strong because life was kind. You became strong because life gave you no choice. And now, decades later, something strange happens. You watch a simple video, hear a familiar sentence, see a memory you didn't know was still alive, and suddenly your chest feels tight. Not because you're weak, but because you've been strong for too long. You might feel emotional and not know why. You might get angry over small things. You might feel tired in a way sleep doesn't fix. That's not age. That's unprocessed years asking to be acknowledged. Let me tell you something important. Nothing was wrong with you. You weren't too sensitive. You weren't difficult. You weren't ungrateful. You were a child living in a time that didn't know how to protect emotions. And here's the soft truth. You don't have to carry everything alone anymore. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to feel. You're allowed to admit that some things hurt, even now, especially now. If you grew up in the 1960s, your survival itself is proof of strength. But survival was never meant to be the final destination. Peace was. And it's not too late to choose it. So tonight, be gentle with yourself. You've already done enough. You've already been brave. And that child inside you, they don't need discipline anymore. They need compassion. Now, do you want its next part? If yes, then comment. And please tell me where are you watching this video from and what is your age? And do you know why people born in the 90s feel so different than their parents? If not, then maybe you have to watch this video. Okay, bye.